I-V-M.
Every week comes a show where three people come together to tell you about stuff they like. A movie, a TV show, a book, and other stuff. Tune in every Monday on the IVM Podcast app to IVM Likes.
IVM Likes is brought to you by Setu IMAX.
Welcome to the Positively Unlimited podcast. You've tuned into episode 8, H for Heal. For those of you tuning in for the first time, this is a series called A-Z of PositiveAction, and it's based on a beautiful deck of cards and self-help workbook that I have created. Each week, I pick a card from the deck and we talk about the positive action mindset it defines. I share techniques on how to build these mindsets to help you harness the potential of your life. All previous episodes are available on the IVM app, website, and other podcast platforms, so do remember to listen to those as well. Now that we have the basics out of the way, let's talk about healing. Healing those wounds, be it physical, mental, or emotional. Letting those scars fade. Accepting the beauty of each mark, each imprint that we carry. All wounds hold the memory of pain. Listen to my words. They hold the memory of the pain. To allow yourself to heal means allowing yourself to let go of that memory. Many times we hang on to the what had happened and how it made me feel aspects of an incident. We hang on because we're angry, we're hurt, we're upset. Some of us have even turned that anger into fears. And eventually, these unhealed wounds will limit our beings. For example, say a child is afraid of water. He's a tiny toddler who's still getting acquainted with what water looks and feels like. And his father picks him up and jumps into the pool without warning the little fellow. When the child resurfaces, he's howling for dear life. Panic has set in. Now imagine this child has grown up and is a strapping teenager who is being made fun of. Why? Well, he's at a picnic with his friends at a water park and is refusing to join them on that giant slide which is X 100 meters high. He never learned to swim, and the thought of looking down at the pool from that height is making him cringe. The pain caused by a prank transformed into a fear. These dark clutches are holding him back from so many experiences. I mean, this one may be about the water park, but think beyond. This kid may never snorkel, or scuba dive, or surf, or maybe even try out for a triathlon. I want you to think about a wound that needs to heal. Remember, these wounds or this pain can be something emotional, mental, or even physical. Say you suffer from sciatica or migraine. How long have you had this physical pain, and what have you done to heal it so far? Think about this for a bit before you start rambling out that list of medicines and doctors that you have been to. Let me narrate a conversation I had with someone about migraines, and let's see if this can get you to think in a different way about that pain that you are dealing with. So I had this lady ask me about BioTouch, the touch healing that I do, because her husband suffers from terrible migraines and she wanted to know how it worked and if it could help. So I told her that BioTouch is a gentle touch healing, and yes, it can help ease the pain. In many cases, it can reduce the recurrence of the migraines as well. Who knows, maybe stop it altogether. It all depends on the individual and the body. Anyway, whatever the effect of BioTouch, I had a couple of questions for her of my own. So I asked her if they knew what was the trigger. Was it food or light, noise or stress? Did they know of any pattern that governed the occurrence of these migraines? She replied saying, yes, it's food related for him. And my immediate answer was, so acidity is an issue. What is he doing for that? And she had no response. I then told her that when he takes medicines, he is easing the immediate pain caused by that migraine. But the migraine is a symptom of a different problem, acidity. So he needs to heal his stomach. Now, I'm not a doctor and I'm not saying don't take the migraine meds. I'm saying take those and do something separately for the acidity. If he heals the stomach and eliminates acidity completely, there's a good chance that's the end of that throbbing headache. Another thing she said was that eating late in the night brought on the migraine. So I suggested that they figure out 2 to 3 things that he can safely eat if he ends up eating really late. Now this has to be pre-decided because when hunger strikes, he's going to reach for anything. So this late night eating has to be countered with appropriate choices. Remember, healing takes effort. It requires us to work on different levels, physical, mental, and emotional. Now that you have taken in this example that I have given you, I want you to think about that wound or pain that you chose to heal a few minutes ago. And I want you to figure out if it's a symptom of a deeper cut or if by healing this wound itself, the pain will stop. We don't have to live our lives in pain. All pain can heal or at least be managed, but it takes effort. And sometimes when it's something we've lived with for a while, it's just more comfortable to live in pain than make the effort to heal completely. So here's the next question. Are you willing to make consistent effort to heal? If you answered yes to that last question, grab a paper and pen. You're going to have a conversation with your pain and figure out what needs to change at what level. Let's identify the symptoms and the root of this pain and divide it into the physical, mental, and emotional. I'm going to give you an experience of mine as an example, and I want you to write out your own experience in this manner. I've battled a lower back pain and sciatica for 9 years now. L4, L5. Sometimes I feel those words are like this code of our generation. So many spines affected in that same zone. Anyway, a year ago, I decided I was ready to let go of this pain and do whatever I needed to heal. So I identified the pain and I made up my mind. Step 1. When you have done that, you can move to this next part. I identified the mental and emotional triggers. It helps that I'm a healer. I join dots for a living. So I was joining a few dots of my own and I realized that my back gave way when I was failing to support my own self. I was in a job that wasn't paying me well. I was in a relationship that was sucking me dry, and I was fighting with my family too. So while my mental and emotional self was crumbling, my L4, L5 was doing the same. This was my body giving me that last straw. In order to fix your back, woman, you're gonna have to fix your life, is what my spine said to me. This time in my life, through that job and relationship, I made certain choices. I became a certain person, not aligned to my inherent nature at all. Soon after, I quit the job, I ended the relationship, I reconciled with my family. But the wounds remained. And that spine issue soon developed into sciatica. Another observation I made was that my back would hurt and the sciatic pain would intensify on days I was worrying about money or wondering how I would manage a new decision or move forward in a situation at work or in life. When I decided to heal, I knew I had to let go of all emotions towards those incidents of my life. I'd have to change my thinking patterns towards money or making choices and moving forward in life. And I would have to strengthen my back muscles to support my spine. Can you see what I did? I came at the pain from 3 directions: emotional, mental, and physical. I figured the emotional triggers, the thinking patterns, and then the physical areas that I needed to work on. I then created a plan that included alternative healing, coaching techniques, yoga, and workouts to help strengthen my back, my being. So now, I want you to go back to the drawing board and create the strategy you need to heal this chronic pain that you are living with. Make up your mind today to stop accepting this pain as a permanent feature. You can heal, so stop being lazy. All pain can heal. Just let it. Does my back not hurt anymore? Or has that sciatic pain vanished? Almost. It's still work in progress. But as long as I stay true to my values, I keep track of my finances, and I work with a plan, as long as I do my squats, there is no pain. My back feels as normal can be. I hope today's episode has inspired you to let go of that pain. I hope you choose to begin to heal today. Tune in next Monday for another episode, another positive action to help change your life. Next week, we'll be talking about I for invest in yourself. All previous episodes are online on IVM Podcast app, website and other podcast platforms. And you can connect with me on Instagram. My handle is @PositivityAngel. So until next Monday, have an awesome week of healing.
There she stands, a podcast addict. Outside the bank, having traveled several miles to get in with other poor souls like her. The journey, though daunting for this youngling, will have some comfort because she has downloaded her favorite podcast. You can see more of her species on ivmpodcasts.com, your one-stop destination where you can check out the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.